Now we are here in the lounge with Mr. Gerry Duggan.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
How are you? Thank you for having me.
Always a pleasure.
It's really a treat to be here on day 17 of New York Comic Con.
Yeah.
I'm going to be the last one standing in a sea of skeletons of different species and races, and
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Costumes hanging from
Costumes hanging. I'll be the Omega signer. I'll be signing everyone's
Omega signer.
bleached skull.
Yeah.
So one of the things we wanted to do with you, Gerry, was play a little trivia.
Okay,
and
great.
It's a 60-second trivia game.
Okay.
Presented by Citizen, and we're going to do this. We're going to run down a clock, see how quickly you can answer these. And if you don't get them all right, you're fine. I think the best we've gotten so far was 3 right in the 60 seconds. So, but these are all for individual
Okay,
groups.
okay.
Has Gerry Duggan ever appeared in a Deadpool comic?
Yes, I didn't make it out alive.
Has Gerry Duggan ever died in a Deadpool comic?
Yes.
What is Deadpool's first line of dialogue in Deadpool #1 by Gerry Duggan, Brian Posehn, and Tony Moore?
Here comes Deadpool.
Yes, that is
nailed it.
great. What is Wade Wilson's middle name?
Woodrow.
Winston, according to Weasel in Cable and Deadpool #36. So it could be Woodrow. Can you name 2 members of the Deadpool Corps outside of Deadpool himself?
The Deadpool quartermaster and the Dogpool.
Yes. Have you ever killed Deadpool?
Have I ever killed Deadpool?
Yeah.
Several times.
Yes. What was Deadpool's name in Age of Apocalypse?
Carl?
No. Who is Deadpool's favorite Golden Girl?
B.
Yes, Dorothy. Deadpool faced off against Ultimatum a bit. What does it stand for? Oh my gosh, you got 6. Well done. We got to talk about Savage Sword of Conan.
Yes. I'm so excited. I grew up reading Savage, and to be able to collaborate with Ron Garney and Richard Easenoff is a dream come true. I saw the Alex Ross covers for the first time. You know, if you told me that I had gotten run over as a kid and that I was just imagining all of this, you know, like, then you get to write Conan. I'd be like, I would accept that as just a truth that these are the last firing neurons of my dying brain. It's incredible. I'm very lucky in assignments and collaborators, and so to be able to have fun with Savage Sword is just a dream come true.
Do you have Conan summits now? Like it's you, Jason Aaron, Mark Basso, the editor. Do you like find yourselves, you know, getting shirtless, getting some swords, look, whatever happens when you get involved with Conan, I don't know.
If we did, I'd be one of those guys in the Conan story that is dead in the first act. The Stakes character, I have a piece of the map, and I'm like, let's go get the treasure, and then a sword would come and lop off my head. Jason would be Conan, and Basso, I think, is the evil wizard who is running the show.
So we have a question from Social.
Sure.
They want to know what Marvel characters are the most fun to write and why.
You know, I value the collaborations for different reasons because I love collaborating so much that I often ask that of my artists, and then I pivot to their answers. Some of the most interesting things that I think I've been a part of over the years have been suggestions from them, characters, guest appearances that I wouldn't have thought of. I know one thing that popped up like that's a specific answer was being able to use Dazzler as a living weapon against vampires. Felt like the right sort of thing. Like Deadpool sort of had a boombox, like Say Anything, and powered her up so that she walked into a vampire nest and then blew the place up.
That's amazing.
That was something that felt cool. If I have fun, hopefully the artist has fun, and then hopefully that translates to the finished page. So I'm always on the hunt to try and make it fun no matter what.
Yeah, I think your books are super fun. We're in the midst of a fun but also universally devastating book right now with Infinity Wars.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm having a blast. It is, it's a tragedy. I thought the most tragic thing I could do would be to take Gamora and make her unable to become her own father. And I think even though there are some really big, crazy cosmic ideas out there, I think that idea could resonate just with anyone within a family of sort of going, hey, what's nature, what's nurture? The thing that pleases me most is to be able to have pulled off that while keeping it a secret. And then also the idea that I don't think anyone saw the warps coming. You know, Thanos halved the number of souls in the universe with the snap of his fingers. Gamora did the same thing by mashing the universe together and accidentally creating all this life that I hope will stick around unless I kill it.
Now, we had a question in from social asking, what is your favorite joke you wrote for Deadpool?
The vomiting gag at the end of my run. It lasted for 20 pages. It went on and on and on. We did some, it's really lowbrow, but we had some smart jokes in there when Dr. Voodoo Deadpool sprayed himself with what he thought was something that would give him superpowers. And then nothing happened, and he was like, that's weird. It turned out he was a walking bioweapon that made everyone very ill. And that went on and on and on.
I'm sure a lot of readers identified.
yeah. And so Miss Marvel had too much respect for herself to throw up in a Deadpool comic. Her cheeks expanded. You know, that was another Scott joke. And then Giant Man showed up after his trip to Coney Island and kind of filled the street. So it's one of those things that I think hopefully started funny. You probably lost the plot and then became funny again, I hope.
Before we went on, you were talking about meeting some fans who are cosplaying characters you helped develop. How much fun is that?
It's amazing because to be able to see someone who is, you know, sometimes spending as much time on the costume or more time than I personally spent scripting it. You know, I like to do about a script a week. I don't like to do more than that. It's outside my comfort zone, but I know that some of these fans work for weeks or months on everything. And so it's really touching to be able to touch people like that. I got a really nice message from someone that felt like Deadpool actually affected their life to the point where they were still here. The Deadpool 20 issue where it was about suicide. And so to be able to go, oh my gosh, that made someone pick up a phone and call. You know, it's Marvel Comics is an artistic endeavor. It's also a business endeavor, but on the other side, I think there is a spiritual element to creating something and putting it into the universe. And I'm always blown away by our fans. They're the best fans anywhere.
Yeah.
Really.
Totally.
Speaking of fans, we have a question from one of them. What advice do you have for someone who wants to become a comic book writer, or even a writer in general? You know, I'm always curious about what your creative process looks like. If you can talk about both those things, we would appreciate.
If you want to write comics, the thing I recommend most is that you just write comics. If you wait for the invitation, it will pass you by. I can't draw, so find collaborators that you are inspired by, that you want to create something for, and be a member of a community. You know, if you don't love something, you don't have to tweet that you don't love it. You could just ignore it. I think that helps, especially when you're coming up. Go to shows, go to artist alleys, meet people. These people, even if you're doing the same thing, are not necessarily your competition. These are the people that are going to help you up as you are helped by them. And make comics and finish what you start, because you really have to finish a project in order to level up. That's very important. And if you're just interested in writing and you don't know how to start, I really just recommend free writing without any goals. Sit down, open a page, write, see what you have, read it, revise it. For many, many years, I had sometimes three, maybe 4 jobs as you're hustling in order to try and make that night job your day job. You're not entitled to it. You know, that's the tough thing. You can go become a dentist. You can get a certificate that says you can pull teeth. You just have to work like hell to be a writer, but it's the most fun. You know, I hope if you're out there and you're thinking about it, do it, because you know, I had a lot of guidance counselors that never thought that I'd be doing this.
Up next, we're going to have a quick draw of Venom. Stay with us. Gerry, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.